Well, hey there and welcome to Edorh's History. Now in this video, we're going to teach you everything you need to know to pass your U.S. History course. Now if you're ready to get your brain cow's milk, I'm ready to milk them. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is a parody of Heimler's history. He's a really great YouTuber. If you want to watch him for better history tips and more specific stuff, he's always right there, link in the description. Man, I'm really not enjoying this right here, but I don't have a mic, so anyway, let's get to it. Well, to start, AP US History is a full year class, which means you have approximately 2 semesters to prepare yourself for your exam in May. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you some simple tips and tricks to help you better prepare yourself for your exam in the coming months. Let's begin. Now, in this video, you will learn studying, teamwork, being present, finishing your work, cutting out distractions, scheduling, outside sources, and knowing your limits. Well, first, let's start off simple. Study. I know. It seems that simple, but I know what you think.
Mr. Edorh, I already know that I need to study. Isn't that what you do for every class?
Well, yes, you have to study for every class. Studying in AP US History is a quite bit different than studying in normal classes. Here, let me show you. AP US History uses synthesis problems to challenge your understanding of a topic rather than how much you remember of it. Rather than asking you who and when the Emancipation Proclamation was created, it would ask you, evaluate the extent the Emancipation Proclamation changed the ideals of the American Civil War. Now, I understand what you might be thinking. AP US History is just too much for me. I understand, I've been in the same place. If you take an AP World, you understand too. But if you keep trying and keep on studying, you will surely make a 5 on your exam in May. Let's get back to the topic. Studying. Studying is a very important thing for any class, especially in US History, as I explained earlier. I'm a straight A student, but even I had to study for this class. Naturally, I don't typically study. Don't follow that. Since AP US History is a full year class, you will be tested on your full year knowledge. So constantly studying and keeping up with past units will surely help you create a better understanding and bridge the gaps between units. But for AP US History, you gotta make sure you study constantly throughout the year because it's a year-long course with tests based on your knowledge throughout that year. So you should study about the material you learn in that year. But hey, don't worry about time. You're a high school student. It's not like you're constantly doing something every time. I know, I see you over there on your TikToks. Now, the second thing you need to learn about, studying groups. Studying groups will be beneficial to all your future endeavors in all AP classes, as if you don't understand what you're saying, someone else can back you up, and if they don't understand what they're saying, you can back them up. Now, there's always that one kid that understands everything. Now, study groups are beneficial as you get to learn different study skills from members of your class, and learning different study strategies will see, sometimes even I have to study, like the script I'm reading. Now, learning different studying strategies helps facilitate your understanding on certain topics and helps ace your class. Now, don't worry if one day you can't provide as much as you usually do. As long as you try your best and do your best to help others, you should be fine. There's not going to be no police who's going to kick you out of the group if you just don't provide for one day. Hey, she didn't help with last night's assignment. Get her, boys. Now, don't misunderstand me. Not helping for one day is different from not helping at all. When you make a study group, you want to make sure everyone actually studies. Duh. The third thing you need to know to pass your AP class is be present. No brainer, right? But you don't know how many kids in my class wasn't present at all. Like, come on, guys. For shame. For shame. For real. For shame. You know, despite their not being present in my class, my brain's very not present right now. And while we're on the topic of being present, finish your work. There's no point in being present if you're not going to do anything. Don't be sleeping. I know you stayed up until 12 on your TikToks and stuff. Come on, just get some rest. And this includes homework too. You never know when you have a surprise quiz. Trust me, my teacher always gave us a reading quiz. And oh my goodness, I dreaded. I never did my homework. Whew. I had to pray just to pass any of them. It was a surprise if I even made an A on them. Finishing your work also helps your grade. Now, AP History is a year-long class, so that's a year-long work. So you get lots of work that if you do, can boost your grade. If you ever mess up on a certain assignment, you can always do 10 other assignments to help boost your grade. So as long as you do your work, you should be fine. While we're on the topic of finishing work, you can't finish your work if you're distracted, which brings us to our fifth skill. Cut the distractions. Don't be scrolling on TikTok for 4 hours a day. Come on, you can be doing your homework by now. While I understand that your homework might seem long and hard, trust me, I've had those assignments before. It's really easy to get distracted. But once you get started and focus, it's smooth riding from there. Most assignments look harder than they actually are. They're typically a breeze to finish. Your teacher can't grade 5-page essays a day, so typically they are pretty simple. Trust me, you don't understand how many times I waited until 12 a.m. to do an assignment that will take 10 minutes to finish. It's such a waste of time. And all to just be on a video game or something that you can play later? Like, I'm so stupid sometimes, you know? Now, while you do need to cut distractions, understand that you're human and every once in a while you need to take a break. It's not selfish to have a little me time every once in a while. You are human and you can get stressed. Sometimes you just need to take that break. Ooh, just got back from the shower. Now what did I miss? Another way to help prevent stress and aid your learning in class is scheduling. Scheduling is a very simple task, but a lot of people don't do, including myself sometimes. Scheduling is a very important skill as you organize the time to what best suits you. When you schedule, you have time for your work. And when you have time for your work, you don't stress about your work because your work is finished because you scheduled it. Now, scheduling is a very important tool that most high schoolers or students of any grade should use. Speaking of scheduling, it seems here I scheduled a mandatory dance break. Oh, that really got me sweating. For our seventh tip, you need to use outside sources. Sources that are given outside of school. Hopefully your teacher will provide these, such as Crash Course, Heimler's History, and AP Classroom. Outside sources are helpful as they may help with certain things that you don't understand, such as DBQs and LEQs. Now, while outside sources are very useful and very important, they do not supplement actual studying. While I do understand if sometimes you can't get that studying in, you cannot just survive off Heimler. Trust me, it does not work. And for my last and final tip is for you to understand your limits. Sometimes you just can't finish all the work, and that's okay. People get sick, people get tired. Family problems, personal problems, internet problems, stuff happens. Just realize that you are a human, and as long as you try your best, you'll survive. APUSH challenges you mentally and is a huge change in pace from the usual. Not everyone can adapt to the circumstances in the class, but that doesn't make you a dumb person. Everyone has their own skills, and if this is not one of them, that's fine. Just know that you tried. At least I assume you did. So just appreciate and love yourself. Try not to put so much stress on yourself because regardless of what others think, and regardless of what you think, you deserve love, and not one measly high school class changes that. Alright, that's all the tips you need to know for AP US History. You need help getting an A in your class and a 5 in your exam? Don't listen to me. And if you want me to continue making videos like these, beg my teacher to give me 100, and I shall oblige. Alright, Edorh out.